was younger, I was trying to decide what to do with my life. So I had a look around at the various professions to see which one would suit me. Well, of course, one of the first ones that came to mind was being a doctor. I quite liked the idea of healing people and making them better. But then I realised that being a doctor would mean I spend most of my time around sick people. So if a doctor was out, what about a dentist? Down in the mouth every day, yuck. A racing car driver. And spend my whole life going round and round in circles. What about a policeman? A fine upholder of the law. But the police don't spend their time with outstanding citizens. They spend their time with criminals. A diplomat. That I can learn to tell people to get lost in such a way they'd look forward to the trip. I like animals. What about a vet? But I like healthy animals, not sick ones. An actor. But I don't want to spend my whole life pretending to be somebody else and just repeating the words that others have written. What about a lawyer? But did I really want to spend all my time with people trying to sue other people? And we all know the reputation of lawyers. Did I want everybody to despise me, including my friends? A politician. I could talk for ages and say nothing, and make promises that no one believes I would keep, least of all myself. An airline pilot. But spend my time sitting with my back towards the people I'm supposedly serving. A tax accountant. Helping people pay as little money to the government as possible. Now, that's not a bad idea. A fisherman. Fishermen spend their lives trying to catch something they can't see. They are men of faith. That's a bit better. Well, I slowly worked through my list until there were just 2 options left. Teacher and stand-up comic. I was trying to figure out the difference between the 2. Of course, one is a day job, and the other means working mostly in nightclubs. I did like the idea of my work just being to make people laugh, but the thought of hanging around smoky atmospheres hours on end, entertaining people a little the worse for drink until the early hours of the morning, that might pall somewhat as the years went by. So I looked again at teaching. I would get the chance to spend every day with optimistic people. Because if there's one thing that young people are, it's optimistic about the future. Well, they've a lot of future ahead of them. Secondly, I would get to spend every day with folk who wanted to have fun. Did you know that research shows that young people laugh 15 times more each day than do adults? Now, I don't know if it's laughing that keeps you young or being young makes you laugh. But either way, I want it in. You know, they used to think that educating was pouring in knowledge to a young person. Have you ever been around young people? I mean, really young? They don't need anything pouring in. They've got crying coming out of one end and nappy filler out of the other. No, educating is lighting a fire. It's sparking imagination. It's facilitating inquiry, and it's fanning the flames of interest. So, here I am, heavily investing in the future, spending my days motivating and inspiring, encouraging and cheering, infusing and uplifting, and knowing that what I do today will make a difference in the lives of those I work with for years to come. Don't just settle for a life of success. Sign on for a life of significance. Become a teacher.